what's up, Block fam? Today is gonna be a fun day because we're working on my bike. 2019 Softail Street Bob. I have to do a bunch of maintenance because it's been long overdue. I was supposed to do it before we went to Austin. I was supposed to do it before I did the hog rally ride, and I just never got around to doing it, which is 3-hole oil change. If you guys are gonna do this oil change at home, what you're gonna need for this job is 5 quarts of engine oil, 1 quart of gear oil, 1 quart of primary, and an oil filter. 5/8 socket and your ratchet. You will need this 3/8 Allen for the transmission, like the fill plug, the cap on it. You're also gonna need a funnel. Wish we had a bigger one, but this is all we got.
A lot of you guys will probably ask about torque specs. So I was showing Justin this book and he actually didn't know it existed. I didn't know it existed until like a year and a half ago. There is like every torque value for like Harleys in this thing. Insanely thorough, breaks it down by model. So we got 3 of them marked right here. Engine oil drain plug, 14 to 21 foot-pounds. Primary chain case drain plug, which is also 14 to 21 foot-pounds. And transmission drain plug, which is also 14 to 21 foot-pounds. Insanely useful. Part number right there for you. 940-00957. From Harley-Davidson. Back to Justin.
If you guys are like me, I like wrenching on my own bike because it saves me a bunch of money. If you guys do this at more of a traditional shop, you're gonna get charged labor, you're gonna get charged fees, like oil recycling fees and shop supply fees and all kinds of stuff. So you could save a ton of money by getting these supplies yourselves. If you guys head to our website, you can go to blockheadmoto.com and we'll actually package all of this together just to make it easier for you guys. Buy it all in one kind of lump sum thing, so it's easy to do. Cool, on to warming up the bike if I could reach it. Hell yeah, brother. Take your socket, take your ratchet, go on this side. There are 3 drain plugs underneath your bike. So your first drain plug you're gonna do is right here, which should be your engine oil. It might be a little warm, so be ready for the drip. Woo. Also, if you guys don't have it, you would definitely want an oil drain pan. This one from Harley-Davidson's amazing because it's only like 3-4 inches tall, but it's
6 inches tall?
yeah, it's pretty big, you know what I mean?
It's a full 6 inches.
It's nice versus your more traditional oil pans that you would use like on your car and stuff. Well, that's draining. And you got this. It's always wise to go ahead and clean it all off. So as you guys can see, it's magnetic at the end of the bolt, so there's a little bit of metal shavings. So just clean it all off. Don't forget to also replace the rubber O-ring that's on the oil drain plug as well. The next drain plug you're gonna do is right under the primary. So go ahead and take your socket, put that under there. Woo. Same thing, go ahead and clean the bolt off again. Don't forget to replace the rubber O-rings as well. Also, if you guys can see that the primary oil is draining out a little bit awkward, if you guys wanna make that drain faster, you can go ahead and loosen the derby cover. It won't have a vacuum anymore and it can drain a lot faster. Same for the engine oil, if you take the oil filter out, or you could do the dipstick. And for the transmission, same thing, you could take the cover off and it'll all drain faster, but we're moving at a chill speed. The transmission side's a little bit more tricky because it's hidden underneath. Man, you probably won't even be able to see it, but there's a little circle opening that's underneath it. Do your best to get under there and feel it out with your hands. Woo. Same thing, clean off the drain bolt. Don't forget to change the rubber O-rings. I feel like other people have different methods for doing this, but I like to just get all the drain bolts out, let it just drain. The oil dipstick is easiest one. It's just right here, so twist that bad boy. Have a rag handy so you could do this, so you avoid a mess.
Whenever you remove the oil filter, it is going to drip out a bunch of oil, usually goes all over your cases. So we're just going to whip up something real quick, add a piece of cardboard that should hopefully catch most of that oil and put it into the drain pan.
A few moments later.
As you guys can see, this looks like it's pretty much done draining out, so you'll go ahead and take your drain bolts and plug them back in. I'll start with my hand. Once I kind of reach the bottom of that, we'll torque them to spec. What's good about actually putting the drain bolts in right now, I've witnessed people not put the drain bolts back in, and then you start pouring oil into it, and then it just starts going down. And I know that is a feeling. Again, the transmission bolt, you just kind of have to feel around because it's under that case all crazy. Always take your time so you don't cross thread. The last thing you want to do is cross thread these bolts into your case. All the drain plugs are back in. They're not torqued to spec yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the oil drain pan over here, so when I take off the oil filter, I got this to catch any oil, or at least bring this down so it's not everywhere. Well, that's doing its thing. Let's not forget, but let's torque those oil drain bolts. The torque spec calls for 14 foot-pounds to 21 foot-pounds, but we're gonna meet it in the middle and do like 17. Now we'll do the primary. Got to hear for that click, it was quiet.
Yeah,
I feel like I felt it.
Yeah.
Transmission's so crazy. Okay, now that that's done kind of draining out, let's put that there. Take a rag and just clean the inside where the oil filter was sitting in the housing. Now it's time we can swap it out with the new oil filter. Since we just have this oil here, I'll take a little bit, put it on my finger, just to put it around the seal of the new oil filter. Hand tight, never want to over torque these when you're putting them back on your bike. Now we're gonna fill up all the oil. We'll start with the engine oil. We have 5 quarts of oil. I believe it says like online, if you Google it, that the Street Bob, I would assume it's like that for all Softails, that it's like 5 quarts, but we're actually only gonna use 4.2. If you use 5, which I've done in the past, it just starts overfilling. It'll start coming out of your breather bolts. I would recommend 4.2 and then run the bike hot, run around the block, come back and just double check your oil. But 4.2 has usually been a sweet spot for me. Nice slow pour. It's recommended to use a larger funnel, but hey, if you're doing this at home, use what you got.
We're moving out of the shop.
Yeah. Now that the engine oil is filled up, take the funnel out, use your rag, grab that so it doesn't make a mess. Take your dipstick, put it back in, and screw it back in. While we're on this side, we're gonna move to the transmission. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but you will need a 5/32 Allen to take your side cover off so you have easier access to the fill plug. Most people won't have to deal with this. I just got, creative, mounted the stock suspension reservoir on the outside, just my personal preference. Still gonna have the same 2 bolts there though on your bike. For the side cover, there's only one little grommet that's kind of like right in this area, so you'll just pull right out of there. And as you can see, there's a little grommet and then the little post that goes on. And then now you have access to that transmission fill plug. Swap it out for that 3/8 Allen. It's worth mentioning that having the ball end is actually very beneficial because you have to come at it from an angle. There's no way you'd be able to go straight on in. So having the ball ends does help a lot. And if you don't have a ball end, you could use the smaller Allens, but you'd have to like feed it right in here and you wouldn't have as much leverage. But I mean, again, if you don't have the ball end, still possible. It's just gonna take you a little bit longer. Take your funnel, put it in that hole, and we're gonna fill it with, we're using the S&S 80 weight by 140. Fill that up. Once you're done filling up the transmission, same thing as always, take the rag, pull the funnel, just so it don't drip everywhere. Take that transmission dipstick, put that back in. All right, tighten it. Obviously you don't want to over tighten it, just until I feel a little bit of torque. Now you're just gonna reinstall your side cover. Last but not least, primary side. Another tool I didn't mention was you're gonna need a T25 for the derby cover. These bolts can easily be stripped. In my case, I popped that button head off, but it's not gonna stop us. Alrighty. And then from here, you're gonna stick the funnel down in there and then fill up with the primary oil. Now Harley they sell a really cool plastic piece that actually sits right in there. That's easy to use. You can also find them pretty cost efficient on Amazon, so we'll link that in the description below. And give it your pour. Well, you got the derby cover removed, go ahead and replace it with another gasket right around here. Here's the part number. Then you're ready to put the derby cover back on. When you're putting the bolts back in, just loosely thread them in. You're gonna tighten them. You're gonna tighten them in a star pattern so it evenly tightens. All right, at this point, the 3-hole oil change is pretty much done. You just wanna make sure you clean up, dispose your oil properly. Since I was had my hands all up over here in oil, I'm gonna use the Blockhead Moto Quick Detailer to get that shine in the chrome back. If you guys wanna scoop up yours, ooh, look at that, sheesh. Head to blockheadmoto.com, scoop up. You can get this quick detailer or all the other detailers that we have. The all-purpose cleaner, the suds, and the wheel and tire cleaner. Normally what you'll do, you'll turn the bike on, warm it up a little bit, take it around the block, come back, check your oil. Again, on this dipstick, you should check it with the side stand down. And then if you need to top it off, since we didn't use all 5 quarts, you have a little bit of extra oil to top it off if you need. Hope this video was insightful. Again, this is just me, hopefully, you know, inspiring you guys at home to just wrench on your own bike. Oil change is a very easy job to do. It's really fun to do in your garage and saves you a bunch of money. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up because it lets YouTube know that we're doing a good job. If you guys are not, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you're updated of all the future uploads and all the stuff we're doing here at Blockhead Moto. Until next time, guys, ride safe, stay vigilant. Catch you on the next one. Peace.